Why does a packed calendar still leave your biggest goals untouched? You probably know the feeling. Your to-do list is shrinking, but the important stuff never moves. Gary Keller, who built a massive realty company, wrote a book that says the problem isn't laziness, it's that you're doing too many things. He calls it the one thing, and it boils down to a single question you ask yourself before you start working. By the end, you'll know why reactive scheduling keeps you stuck and how a simple domino effect changes everything. The productivity paradox. You check your phone the moment you wake up. Before your feet hit the floor, your day already reacts to everyone else's demands. That's reactive scheduling, and it's the reason your calendar stays packed while your real goals stay frozen. The important work gets pushed to after lunch, but lunch turns into a meeting, and the meeting turns into 4 more emails. You answer those emails, jump into Slack threads, and knock out small tasks that feel urgent but don't matter. The pings keep coming, and you switch again. By 5 o'clock, you're exhausted. You stay busy all day, yet nothing important actually moves, and your most important goals sit there untouched. It's like running on a treadmill that's going slightly too fast. You're working hard, but you aren't going anywhere. Researchers have looked at this directly. Psychologists point out that the human brain simply isn't built for heavy task switching. The American Psychological Association found that bouncing between tasks creates real switching costs that slow you down and increase mistakes. Recent workplace data puts the cost at over 2 hours of distracted time for a single quick switch away from your main task. That cost isn't per day, it's per switch. Do that a few times before lunch, and you've already lost more time than you spent working, which is exactly why your to-do list never shrinks. That means you aren't lazy and you aren't broken. You're just caught in a trap where motion looks like progress and busyness acts as a stand-in for success. The modern workplace is designed to fragment you. Open offices, notification badges, and endless chat threads keep you in a state of constant interruption. Each ping feels like a small request, but together they steal the deep focus that produces real results. You end the week with 1,000 tiny wins and one big regret. The project that actually matters is still sitting there untouched. The focusing question. Doing more isn't the answer. Back in 2013, Gary Keller co-wrote a book called The One Thing with Jay Papasan, and it tackles exactly this problem. Keller built Keller Williams Realty into one of the largest real estate companies on the planet, and he argues that extraordinary results come from focusing on one thing at a time. He doesn't mean 2 or 5, he means 1. He didn't stumble into this. He noticed that his business grew fastest when he ignored everything except the one activity that produced the most results. The entire book centers on one core question you ask yourself before you do anything else. Keller puts it into a single sentence. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? That's the whole framework in one sentence.
It forces you to name the single action that actually moves the needle. It removes the noise and replaces it with a clear target. Suddenly, your morning isn't a reaction. It's a decision. Think about your own calendar for tomorrow morning and find the one thing that makes everything else easier. Compare that to the usual morning routine. They start by checking email or reacting to whatever landed overnight. They let other people's priorities become their to-do list. The focusing question flips that. Instead of asking what feels urgent, you ask what clears the path for everything else. Instead of scattering your energy across 10 small wins, you aim it at the one big domino that knocks the rest down. It's a simple shift, yet it changes how you see your entire morning. You stop being a firefighter and start being an architect. You stop putting out fires and you start building the future. Picture this. You wake up and ask that question before you touch your phone. You might realize that finishing one report makes the rest of your week smooth, or that sending a single pitch email opens up a month's worth of work. The question doesn't care about your inbox, it cares about the biggest return. That's the difference between people who look busy and people who get results. That's why reactive scheduling loses to the focusing question every time. Reactivity spreads you thin. The focusing question concentrates you at the point of highest impact. The domino effect. Asking the question is only half the battle, and you also need to understand why it works. Keller uses a simple image to explain this. He named it the domino effect. A small domino can knock over a slightly larger domino, and that larger domino can knock over an even bigger one. If you line them up correctly, a 2-inch domino can eventually topple a skyscraper. It's a simple geometry. Small inputs lead to massive outputs when they line up correctly. The same principle applies to your work. Extraordinary results don't come from doing everything at once. They come from doing one ordinary thing that leads to the next thing and the next until the momentum becomes unstoppable. One small win creates the space for the next win and the next, and those wins multiply instead of just adding up. Here's where the usual approach goes wrong. It pushes every domino at the same time. People start 3 projects, answer 50 messages, and wonder why nothing falls. They scatter their energy because it feels safer. If you work on everything, nothing can fail. Except that's a lie. The focusing question is what lines them up. When you spread yourself across everything, everything fails a little bit. The focusing question finds the first domino. It identifies the one small action that makes the next action easier. A real example makes this clear. Imagine you send one thoughtful pitch email to a potential client, and that client accepts. That single project funds your next hire, and that hire takes over your admin work, which frees you to focus on sales. That freed time lets you land 2 more clients, and the chain keeps growing. One small email eventually built a team. That's the domino effect in real life. One small action, carefully chosen, starts a chain that does the heavy lifting for you. Finding the first step matters more than seeing the whole staircase. The focusing question shows you how to find it. There's still a bigger problem. Most people ignore this for a reason, and it has nothing to do with willpower. Why we sabotage focus. We still scatter our energy even when we know better, and the reason is simpler than you think. Willpower isn't a character trait you can just muscle through. It's a limited resource that drains as the day goes on, and every small decision takes a slice. Keller explains this clearly in the book. He points out that every decision you make, every ping you answer, and every distraction you resist uses up a little more of your mental battery. Choosing what to eat, deciding which message to answer, and resisting the urge to check your phone all draw from the same tank. You've already spent half your willpower on things that don't matter by the time you sit down to do real work. By noon, you're running on fumes, your decisions get slower, and your focus evaporates. That's why relying on discipline alone is a losing strategy. The modern world is built to fragment your attention. Your phone is a slot machine designed to pull you back, and notifications are engineered to feel urgent. Open offices and chat threads trap you in a permanent state of interruption. Every app wants your focus because your focus is the product. You can't out-willpower a system that wants you distracted. The only way to win is to stop playing the game. The fix is easier than it looks, and it starts with building a wall around your one thing. It's called time blocking. You schedule a block of time, ideally in the morning when your willpower is fresh, and you protect it like a meeting with your most important client. Moving it isn't an option, and shortening it isn't either. When the block ends, you can react to the world, but only after the real work is done. That block is non-negotiable, and you defend it like your future depends on it. Inside that block, you don't check email, you don't answer Slack, and you don't multitask. You do the one thing the focusing question identified, and you let the domino fall. That single block
repeated daily, is what separates motion from progress. Busyness is a trap, but one question can redirect your whole day. Start tomorrow by asking the focusing question and watch the first domino fall. The first domino is already in front of you. You just have to knock it over. If you want another powerful mindset shift, check out the video on the strangest secret right here. Subscribe if this video helps.